Well, this has to be my most ambitious project to date. It's a pewter kit which is going to need soldering. And here are all the bits. And there are a lot of teeny weeny little parts. Well, I don't know if I've bitten off more than I can chew this time. We shall see. Well, this kit is proving really difficult. I tried to solder it, but look what happened. First of all, my solder froze because the pewter was too cold when I put the hot solder iron onto it, and then I left it too long and it melted the pewter. Apparently I need a soldering iron which controls the temperature, and they cost about £140. So it's not worth it. So I'm going with the super glue option. Now the next problem which I've discovered is this stuff. It's soft as plasticine and it goes out of shape if you breathe on it too hard. So I've had a lot of trouble getting to this stage. It looks, I mean, you look at that and you think, okay, you're doing all right here. But I have had disaster after disaster with these things not being straight, not lining up, not being perpendicular the way you'd want it. So in the end, what I've done, I've black tacked the sides to the wood and then gently placed these top pieces in place, super glued it, which is the stage we're at now. I'm going to just super glue that bit in there too and repair it as best I can. Then when I'm happy that it's kind of more or less in the shape I want it, then I'm going to put some bonding stuff underneath along the seams, araldite or something like that, or Rocket Max super glue. See how that goes. I made the little nuclear flask there. That went all right. I actually did solder down the seams there, but that's because the bits weren't too big. So the soldering was half successful on that. But phew! This is the most difficult thing I've ever done. Well, I seem to be making, without trying to tempt fate here, I seem to be making a little bit of good progress. I've actually finished the assembly of this, the main bit, and there were a few parts that didn't quite line up. So thanks to the model filler and some wooden spatulas borrowed from Starbucks and a file, I've managed to get it looking pretty straight and acceptable. The bogies seem to have come together alright. They move along quite nicely. You've even got, how neat is this? Nem pockets. Nem pockets. So you can put whatever coupling you like in there. That's pretty cool. The flask I already showed you. And the little roof. So the idea is the flask goes in there, and the roof goes on there, or maybe there. Yeah, that's better that way around. The wheels go on and away we go. So how about some paint? That's the next step. Well, I put a bit of that spray grey primer, which you buy at a well-known car spares shop. These bits are going to be painted white, and this probably go for the bauxite. This is kind of the end product I'm aiming for, although there are all these other pictures here. This is also quite close to what I would like. Well, I've done the painting, well, most of it, so I'm almost ready to start putting all these little bits together. Now, I have managed to find, this was quite difficult actually, to find appropriate transfers. I've got these from Rail Tech Transfers. So the transfers I've got are appropriate to this style of the wagon. So I've painted it in the bauxite, the same, and the date is good. This photograph was taken in 1979. The only thing that's different is the bogie. The six-wheeled bogies that you can see on this one, they don't actually make the six-wheel bogie. I would have liked the six-wheel bogie, but you can't always get what you want. This is more like the style of the wagon, the way I have built it. But I'm still going to go with the colour scheme of the other one, because the transfers are more appropriate. The only thing that's wrong is the wheels, but you can't always get what you want. Well, the transfers are applied, and the last bit of varnish. These transfers are actually really good. But the whole thing is finished. So let's see how it goes on the track.